Hi, Scorpio and Scorpio rising friends. Sandra from foryourchi.com, and we're here today with your September 2021. Congratulations, you guys. We're tied for a win with the Sagittarians, if you could believe that. I must have struck a chord with Sages, such that I have overcome their skepticism in their readings, which I've coined the term Sagittarius skeptical for a reason. But regardless, we're recording the Scorpio and the Sag video and releasing them today because they had the most likes for their video. So make sure you're liking this video again so you guys could win for the month of October too, when the sun comes into Scorpio at the end of October for Scorpio season. Now, I don't really like the way the month of September starts out for you, Scorpio. First of all, we have this accelerated motion tarot card, which has one traditional meaning, but for me as a reader, this card means harsh lessons. Saying yes to something that you think is one thing, but actually it results in some sort of lesson that you needed to learn. Now, the card that we have with it is Ostara, which talks about fertility, and also the bottom of this card talks about giving birth to new experiences it's like required right now. I'm so Scorpio. I'm the kind of Scorpio that says, okay, to my higher self. I believe that we can acquire this lesson without the harshness involved. I believe that there's a way around that, Scorpio. So as you come into September, make an agreement, if you want to, with your higher self that says, okay, I will obtain the lesson, I will acquire the lesson through some other form of means if I can, without having to go through harshness. Because, I mean, look, birthing is painful. Now, some people will say, well, it's not painful. Well, I'd like to know what experience you had. Because it wasn't my experience, and I had more than one kid. All right? So I believe that we can go around the painful experiences for the most part. Of course, there are exceptions to every rule. I understand that perfectly. But I do not believe that you have to go through that every single time that this comes up. Okay. We need to talk about this. Second card, possessions and finances. This is your money and your stuff. Deception and envy says someone is not being honest and upfront with you. It is a bad time to move brokers, Scorpio. If someone comes to you and wants to borrow money from you, it's a bad idea to blindly say yes. You need more information. You need to talk to this person face to face. If they can't look at you in the eyes and tell you why they need the money and when and so forth, it's not a good idea to give it if you cannot lose it. What's the advice card? Arasura, blossoming. This card talks about getting started. So you're just getting started. So have patience with yourself and do not give up. For those of you Scorpios that have a joint account with someone, that have a joint credit card with someone, it is a good idea to have a conversation with the person on the other side of the joint account or credit card saying, hey, just checking in with you, if they owe you money, make sure you get it right away. Make sure you're looking at this account balance every single day, okay? Make sure that no one is trying to put fraudulent charges on your accounts. You are going to have to stay on top of this and stay strong in your convictions, Scorpio. So do not let this person, this situation, get away with what they think they're going to get away with. Also, When I pull this card in the second house, sometimes you can have a strange solicitation, whether you're out and about or someone knocks on your door or someone calls on the phone and asks you for money. It's never a good idea to engage in that because there could be some sort of underhanded contract type thing come to mind. And I am being guided to share the story very quickly. My not too long ago elderly parents got scammed by a sales rep that was coming through the neighborhood looking for damage on the roofs because they had just had a storm. And a paper was put in front of my father's hand that said, "Here, sign this waiver so that we can go up on your roof and look for damages," and it ended up being a contract for a new roof. And my parents sued them and won. So be on the lookout for those types of scams too. Don't get fooled. It's hard to fool a Scorpio anyway. And obviously, my parents were not Scorpios. Otherwise, they would have avoided that completely. And they didn't ask me either. They never asked me. Okay, third house. Third house rules brother, sister. Rest and rejuvenate. So you may have a brother or sister who's taking a respite, getting some R&R, and perhaps they've gone through a rough time, which is why they need this time now to cool off and chill out. We also have the Mat card, which talks about fairness. This situation will be decided in a fair and just manner. If they are in the midst of a divorce right now and they have been cheated on or stolen from, this will be rectified in their favor. However, there's a time period that it's going to take to sort all of these things out, especially if it involves the court or a judge or a jury. Fourth house, throat chakra. Okay, throat chakra says speak your mind in your own home. Do not bite your tongue. There is something that you need to tell someone in your home or perhaps a visitor that they need to hear. They need to hear what's on your mind, Scorpio. They need to hear what your feelings are about this situation. And we have this Isolt card, Undying Love. I have a equal love and hate for this card, and I'm going to tell you why. Because this card depicts a tough situation, whether it's relationship or a family relative, that talks about karma. You love the person because of who they are to you, but the other part of you may not love them. Part of you perhaps can't stand them because of what they do or what they've done to you, Scorpio. But the bottom of this card says the truth, which is the love that you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. So regardless of them showing their ass right now, Scorpio, or how they've acted or what they've done to you, you still have this undying love for the person, and let's face it, they have an undying love for you. So, you need to speak your truth here, Scorpio. Speak the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Fifth house. Memories of love in your social house, networking, and dating. This is the Six of Cup cards in traditional tarot, so this definitely could be talking about of you reminiscent of times past in a previous relationship with an ex, or you're reminiscing of a different time in your current existing relationship. You have Dana, which talks about, okay, Dana's the high priestess. And I don't know, I think Dana is of Celtic origin, but this card always reminds me of the high priestess in Atlantis for some reason. So if Atlantis has shown up for you, if Atlantis is like a synchronistic topic that keeps coming up, then just know that this reading is for you. The bottom of this card says you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So it's reminding that you are a spiritual teacher. You are a spiritual seeker for some of you. And people in your circle may always come to you for problem resolving. I get that a lot. But that's what I do. That's my thing. 6th house, conflict and defeat. Okay, so the 6th house rules work and health. For some of you, this is talking about a conflict at work. It could be walking away from a disagreement or argument with a coworker or your supervisor or boss, and this is you taking the high road, Scorpio. This is you not engaging in an argument. A Scorpio will engage in an argument all day long, and we will win. It just depends on the cost that we have to pay. Let's face it. Now, for others of you where this is not talking about work, I get this card a lot in the 6th house when it talks about you walking away from a certain doctor-patient relationship because a certain doctor is not doing anything for you. So this is you walking away from them and getting a second opinion or maybe a third opinion from someone who actually knows what they're talking about. And is leap of faith. So this card, goes hand in hand with the conflict and defeat of you taking a leap of faith in a brand new different direction, especially if we're talking about that doctor situation where you have to go get a second opinion. Some of you already have been getting the message that you needed a second opinion and you just needed this reading as a confirmation. Okay? 7th house, relationship, hope. Okay, so 7th house rules primary relationships. Hope says that you have faith that your situation in your relationship is about to change. Now, we also have Bast, which talks about independence. She is the Egyptian goddess. Some of you Scorpios who are single may be tired of the single life here. But regardless, you keep on, right? Now, for others of you who are in a relationship, this independence card is telling you to remain strong because your partner may be emotionally absent or they may be physically absent because they're traveling or they have a long distance job or maybe this is a long distance relationship. But the independence card here from Bast is very prevalent. Prevalent? That's not the right word I'm looking for. Significant. Because what this card says is that, yes, you are practicing your independence right now. It's required, and after this period is over, you will be rewarded. You will be Scorpio. So just hang in there. Stand grounded in your power right now. No matter how single you feel, you are still going to come out on top in some sort of partnership here. 8th house. 8th house rules intimacy. Very, very important for Scorpio. I can't think of any other sign where intimacy is more important. It also rules taxes, contracts, legal matters, and the source of your significant other's income if you guys have that, and gals. Crown Chakra says that you are being given guidance in the form of information that is dropped into your mind by your guides and angels, and it is important to pay attention right now. For those of you dealing with contracts or dealing with a home purchase or real estate purchase or sale, it is particularly important for you to pay attention to the messages that are being dropped into your mind right now. You pulled the Vesta home card. Vesta is the goddess of home and hearth. She says that your home situation is improving either by a move. So here we go with the contracts again for those of you that are hoping to purchase real estate or make some sort of transaction that way. This could also come in the form of more money for those of you that are in a partnership right now that's delivered to your partner so that you can pay off your household bills or make that expensive purchase real estate transaction that you've been wanting to make, because that does rule your partner's money. Very good news there. So pay attention, Scorpio. Pay attention and follow the guidance. Don't second guess it. 9th house. 9th house rules travel, also rules school for those of you in school. Movements, choices, and decisions simply says that you are looking at your options right now. It's time to research. It is not time to click the pay button on anything because you don't have enough information yet. Guiding children. Okay, we pulled this in this weekly's reading August 16th is when I'm recording this. So what this tells me is you may be guiding a child through school or through a school curriculum, signing up, helping them sign up. You may be guiding a child through some sort of travel arrangements right now. Okay, so that's coming up for you, Scorpios. What do we have in the 10th house here? Power. 10th house rules career, also rules your mother. For those of you that are, this card is not talking about career. Power is a challenge card, so it suggests that there is somewhat of a struggle here, either with your mother or with your career at this time. We do have Athena, though, that talks about inner wisdom. You or your mother can overcome any obstacles at this time because you have the inner wisdom to do so and the inner guidance that you're being given. Athena says, you know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. I love it. Okay, now the house that rules the children, we have solitude. So this is them. For those of you that have children, for those of you that don't have children, it's talking about your best friend. Quiet time alone, perhaps studying or meditating, Could be both. What do we have from the goddess deck? Abundantia, which talks about prosperity. She pours out her cornucopia of abundance here. The bottom of this card says the universe is pouring its abundance out to you and be open to receiving. So this is, again, talking about your child or about your best friend. They might be in quiet solitude time alone so that they can receive this information that brings them the prosperity, or simply open up their energy to receiving abundance at this time. Let me say this. Some of you may have older children or may have a best friend who has just broken off a relationship, because I do pull this card a lot of times when, like, immediately after a breakup situation. But there is this prosperity card here that says this prosperity might be coming in as a result of this breakup. They had to cut off the dead weight in order to receive the answer to their prayers. All right, now, the 12th house. What's about to manifest in the future, look for it 3 months from now, so we're talking December. We did pull a warning here, Scorpio. Financial could be challenges. So the card is entitled Financial Material Changes. However, there could be some sort of a pinch involved in the month of December. So what I would advise you to do is this. Keep up your positive affirmations about your money, but also watch your budget. Do not overspend right before or over the holidays. Stick to your budget. Do not exceed the amount that you intended to exceed. And also, you may want to put away a little more now and next month in the event that you have an unexpected expense in December. Now, we have the Brigitte card, which talks about do not back down. So someone may be pressuring you, Scorpio, into spending more money than you had intended or buying them an extravagant gift. This could be your children. And you're just like, you know what? No. It is no problem for a Scorpio to put their foot down, and it looks like you're going to have to put your foot down more than once in the short-term future here. Thanks so much for liking this video. Please share it with your Scorpio friends. Many blessings to you, my Scorpios.